You are doing work right now that could be handled by artificial intelligence while you sleep. Not someday when the technology gets better, but today with tools that already exist. The problem is that most people treat artificial intelligence like a search engine instead of a team member. And that single mistake is costing them 10 to 15 hours every single week on tasks that bots could handle better and faster. Welcome to KB Bluetree, where we help working professionals build leverage without hiring teams or burning out. Over the past 18 months, we have helped hundreds of solopreneurs and small business owners implement what we call delegation frameworks with artificial intelligence. The results are remarkable. People are reclaiming an average of 12 hours per week, while actually improving the quality and consistency of their output. Today, we are going to show you the exact framework for identifying which tasks to delegate to artificial intelligence, how to set up those delegations properly, and how to manage your artificial intelligence team members like you would manage humans. You will learn the difference between tasks that artificial intelligence can own versus tasks it should only assist with. By the end of this video, you will have a complete system for passing off repetitive work to bots so you can focus on high-value activities only humans can do. Make sure to like and subscribe to KB Bluetree for more insightful content on building efficient business operations. Pravlin, let us talk about what delegation looks like for most solopreneurs and small business owners right now. You are wearing every hat in your business: content creator, customer service rep, bookkeeper, marketer, and strategist, all rolled into one exhausted person. You know you need help, but hiring is expensive. Managing people is time-consuming, and you are not even sure which tasks to hand off first. So you try to use artificial intelligence tools to help you. Ask them to write an email, create some content, or analyze data. And you get generic results that need so much editing, you might as well have done it yourself. You copy and paste outputs without really thinking about how to train the tool or set up proper workflows. After a few disappointing attempts, you conclude that artificial intelligence is overhyped and go back to doing everything manually. But here is what is actually happening. You are treating artificial intelligence like a vending machine where you drop in a request and expect perfect output. You are not delegating to it the way you would delegate to a human team member. When you hire someone, you do not just tell them what to do once and expect perfection forever. You train them, give them context, provide feedback, and build systems around their work. You need to do the same thing with artificial intelligence, but nobody teaches you how. The result is that you are stuck in this painful middle ground. You cannot afford to hire humans for everything, but you are not getting real value from artificial intelligence because you do not know how to delegate to it properly. Meanwhile, you are drowning in repetitive tasks that eat up your days and leave no time for strategy, growth, or the work that actually requires your unique expertise and judgment. Root cause. Here is why most people fail at delegating to artificial intelligence. They fundamentally misunderstand what delegation actually means and how to implement it with non-human team members. Delegation is not about giving orders. It is about transferring ownership of outcomes while providing the right context, resources, and feedback loops. The first core mistake is trying to delegate everything at once without a framework. You look at your massive to-do list and randomly ask artificial intelligence to help with whatever task is in front of you at that moment. There is no strategy for which tasks are best suited for artificial intelligence versus which ones need human judgment. You are essentially throwing spaghetti at the wall, and when it does not stick, you blame the tool instead of your approach. The second mistake is providing context once. Instead of building reusable systems, you write a detailed prompt for a task, get decent results, and then next week you start from scratch again with a new prompt for the same type of task. You are not building a knowledge base or standard operating procedures that the artificial intelligence can reference. Every delegation is a one-off event instead of part of a systematic process that improves over time. The third mistake is not creating feedback and quality control loops. When you delegate to a human, you review their work, provide feedback, and set up checkpoints to ensure quality. But with artificial intelligence, people either blindly trust the output or completely distrust it. There is no middle ground where you verify quality, provide corrections, and train the system to do better next time. Without feedback loops, you cannot improve the delegation over time. So here is what actually works when you want to successfully delegate tasks to artificial intelligence and reclaim your time. Solutions, the framework we teach at KB Bluetree, is called the 4-zone delegation model, and it completely changes how you think about working with artificial intelligence. Instead of randomly asking for help, you systematically identify what to delegate, how to delegate it, and how to verify it is done right. Let us walk through each zone and how to implement it immediately. Zone 1 is full ownership tasks. These are repetitive, rule-based tasks where artificial intelligence can own the entire process from start to finish with minimal human oversight. Examples include summarizing meeting notes, drafting routine emails, creating social media captions from longer content, or generating first draft reports from data. The key criteria is that the task has clear inputs, predictable processes, and outputs you can verify quickly. For these tasks, you build a standard operating procedure once, train the artificial intelligence on it, and then let it run with only spot checks. Zone 2 is collaborative tasks. These are creative or strategic tasks where artificial intelligence provides the structure and you provide the unique insights and final polish. Examples include content outlines where the bot researches and structures, but you add your perspective. Presentation drafts where it creates slides, but you refine the narrative, or strategy documents where it analyzes options, but you make the final decisions. The key is that both you and the artificial intelligence contribute distinct value, and the combination produces better results than either could alone. Zone 3 is assist-only tasks. These are high-judgment tasks where artificial intelligence supports your work, but you maintain full ownership and control. Examples include research, where the bot gathers information, but you synthesize insights, editing, where it catches errors, but you make content decisions, or analysis, where it processes data, but you interpret implications. The artificial intelligence acts like a junior assistant who does the legwork, while you handle all strategic thinking and quality control. Zone 4 is human-only tasks. These are tasks that require empathy, relationship building, high-stakes judgment, or your unique expertise and should never be delegated to artificial intelligence. Examples include client consultations, strategic partnerships, complex problem-solving for unique situations, or any interaction where authenticity and human connection are critical. Being clear about what stays in your zone protects your relationships and reputation, while freeing up everything else for delegation. Now let us get tactical about implementation. Start by doing a task audit this week. For 3 days, write down every task you complete and how long it takes. At the end of 3 days, categorize each task into one of the 4 zones. You will immediately see where you are spending time on tasks that could be fully or partially delegated. Next, choose 3 full ownership tasks to delegate. First, these give you the fastest return because the artificial intelligence can handle them completely. For each task, write a detailed standard operating procedure that includes the exact input the artificial intelligence needs, the process it should follow, and what good output looks like. Think of this as the training manual you would give a new employee. Then, set up your delegation system using templated prompts. Create a document with your standard operating procedures and the exact prompts you use for each delegated task. Every time you delegate that task, use the same prompt structure and refine it based on results. This creates consistency and compounds your improvements over time. After a month, your prompts will be so refined that the artificial intelligence produces excellent results on the first try. Finally, implement a verification system for everything you delegate. For full ownership tasks, spot check 20% of outputs randomly. For collaborative tasks, always review and refine before publishing. For assist-only tasks, treat the artificial intelligence output as a starting point that requires your oversight. Never blindly trust outputs, but also do not waste time over checking things that the bot handles well consistently. Success story. Let me tell you about Samuel, a marketing consultant who was working 60-hour weeks and turning down clients because he had no capacity. Samuel came to KB Bluetree 7 months ago, completely burned out from doing everything himself. He was creating content, managing campaigns, analyzing results, handling client communication, and doing his own bookkeeping. He knew he needed help, but could not afford to hire a team. We implemented the 4-zone delegation model with Samuel over 2 intensive weeks. First, we did his task audit and discovered he was spending 18 hours weekly on tasks that belonged in Zone 1 or 2. We identified his full ownership tasks, social media caption writing, weekly performance report, generation, meeting note, summarization, and routine client update emails. We built standard operating procedures for each and created templated prompts. Then we tackled his collaborative tasks, content strategy documents, campaign planning templates, and client presentation decks. We set up workflows where artificial intelligence created the structure and first draft, and Samuel added strategy and client-specific insights. For his assist-only tasks like data analysis and research, we trained him to use artificial intelligence for information gathering while he handled interpretation and recommendation. The transformation was dramatic and immediate. Within the first week, Samuel reclaimed 6 hours by delegating his routine tasks to artificial intelligence with proper systems. After 2 weeks, he was spending only 40 hours weekly on work, while actually increasing his output quality. By month 2, he had the capacity to take on 3 new clients at his full rate. Here are the numbers that matter. Samuel went from working 60 hours weekly to 35 hours weekly while increasing revenue by 40%. He now serves 8 clients instead of 5 because delegation freed up 25 hours weekly. His client satisfaction scores increased because he has more time for strategic thinking and relationship building. He told us that learning to delegate to artificial intelligence properly was like hiring a team of assistants for the cost of a streaming subscription. The best part is that Samuel now teaches his clients the same delegation framework. He has built a more valuable service because he can show them how to scale without burning out. His business is more profitable, more sustainable, and way more enjoyable because he only does work that requires his unique expertise. Recap. Let us lock in what we covered today. Most people fail at delegating to artificial intelligence because they treat it like a vending machine instead of a team member that needs training and systems. The 4-zone delegation model gives you a framework. Full ownership tasks, the bot handles completely collaborative tasks where you work together. Assist-only tasks where it supports your work, and human-only tasks that stay with you. Build standard operating procedures. Use templated prompts and implement verification systems for everything you delegate. Call to action. Here's what you need to do right now before you close this video. Spend 3 days tracking every task you complete and how long it takes. Categorize each task into one of the 4 zones. Choose 3 full ownership tasks to delegate first and write standard operating procedures for them this week. If this video showed you how to reclaim hours of your week through proper delegation, like this video right now, subscribe to KB Bluetree for more frameworks on building efficient, sustainable businesses without burning out. Hit that notification bell so you never miss our systems that actually create leverage. Remember this, delegation is not about being lazy. It is about being strategic with your most valuable resource, which is your time. Stop doing work that bots can handle and start focusing on work that only you can do. Your scaled, sustainable business is waiting for you to delegate properly. We will see you in the next video.